Right, and we are into the next match against Hikari. Gonna give him the good luck and see what he's running today. And it looks like he's a little bit lower than me. And we do see actually another Hog Rider, which is interesting because I haven't seen that much Hog as of late. I feel like it's been a ton of Bait and Royal Giant, but 2 Hog matchups in a row. Ice Spirit, okay, so this could actually be 2.6, like the proper version. Could also be Hog Earthquake with Giant Skeleton Archer Queen. Would be a terrible matchup if that's the case. We'll just have to see. We do see the Ice Golem, so I think it is going to be 2.6. Going to split Archers, cycle back to my Tesla. A big part of 2.6's game plan in this matchup is trying to outcycle your Teslas in single Elixir, so you really have to try and avoid them from outcycling your Teslas, or avoid them outcycling, either by cycling super fast yourself, or by having alternate methods in place if they do outcycle your Tesla. So for example, I might defensive Xbow Hog if my cycle is too messed up. Like right now I actually might just defensive Xbow. I'm going to Knight to predict because I think he's going to Hog. Yeah, exactly. Like when they spam that aggressively, you know they're about to Hog. And I'm just going to Xbow instead like I was talking about, because Tesla was too far out of cycle. Kind of had to, and that's just going to be a nice defense still, not taking any damage. Going to try and E-Spirit Skeletons on this Musketeer. Nice, looks like he did go for the prediction log, but actually messed it up. So I am able to get that full counter, and he does have to respond to my Knight as well. So we are pretty much tied. This is, in my opinion, not a great matchup. 2.6 generally, if I had Ice Spirit, I would say it's around a 50-50, maybe 55-45 in their favor, but since I have Electro Spirit, I would actually say it's maybe 60-40 in their favor. I know some people might disagree, but I've played this matchup a ton, like hundreds of times literally, over the years, probably. And with all the nerfs to Xbow, you know, with Tesla being pretty weak now, with Xbow being pretty weak ever since the quote-unquote rework, they can just stall your Xbow out forever, Fireball log it off. Just going to log this cannon though, hopefully get a connection since I did knock the Ice Golem back as well. Well played to him because he was actually on his feet with that. And like I was saying, they can just Fireball your Xbows off, get tower damage too. It's going to have to switch lanes to the left now. You never want to go same lane against 2.6 ever because of what I was just talking about, where they will just get Fireball log value on your Xbows and tower. So if you keep going in the same lane over and over, they'll just rack up the damage. Going to log this Ice Golem back. And as I was saying, he's literally just doing it over and over. Gonna Fireball this cannon, maybe catch him off guard. And I think we should get a small lock. Okay, nice, perfect. That's what I needed to put me in the lead right now. And I was really only able to do that because I did Fireball off the cannon. If I didn't do that, even though it seems like a weird play, I would not have gotten that initiative, so it was good. Gonna Tesla. He does actually Musketeer, so I think I have to commit more to this Hog, so just gonna Knight, E-Spirit, and then I might have to log as well, actually. Just, I don't want to take any hits at all if I can help it. And then I'm just going to snipe this Musketeer with some archers up high. Looks like he was kind of defending the Musketeer, but didn't really catch the archers, so that's all fine and well. I'm already back to a Tesla, so I'm not really worried about getting outcycled or anything, so just going to Knight the back. Tesla for the Hog as usual. This is a pretty bread and butter type matchup where you do the same stuff over and over. You don't get outcycled, your defenses look pretty similar all the time. He's actually doing the same thing, outcycling me even in double, so I'm also going to go for another Xbow up high. He does get a pretty nice Fireball off, but E-Spirit should make sure I don't take any damage. And we are still maintaining a really nice lead right now. Gonna Knight for the Ice Spirit because you can't take any Spirit damage, I would say. It does kind of suck to be wasting a Knight though, but I just didn't want to take that damage at all, honestly. Just gonna pre-Tesla, so they can go for a Hog. And it wouldn't actually go to the Tesla, but if I push it like that with my skeletons, then it'll go to the Tesla, so that's why it's always nice. Gonna E-Spirit, looks like he actually did hit the Hog, or hit the Tesla rather, and not the tower, which is perfect. It was a good Fireball, but I was ready for it, and now I have a really nice counter push. That's why I played my archers in the other lane, because I wanted them to help out. Gonna Tesla all the way to the right, because this way the Hog won't actually distract the Xbow, and I can maybe get a connection that way. Gonna Knight to block and log the cannon off. He's gonna have to respond to this even more, so he's kind of in trouble here. I mean, he's bleeding a lot of elixir. I'm just gonna go for another Xbow, archers again, opposite lane, and I might just start spell cycling at this point. We cannot really win against 2.6 in a spell cycle matchup normally, but since I do already have a damage lead, I can kind of hold on to it. And he's gonna Fireball my Tesla again, so gonna log the Hog back. Skeletons just to make sure as well, and yeah, this is a guaranteed win at this point because he's fireballing my Teslas and not my tower, so I'm just getting ahead in damage even more, and I would say that was pretty much a perfect game against 2.6. Played it pretty perfectly, defense was always on point. Again, don't be afraid to go for Xbows if you need to against the Hogs if they outcycle your Tesla, because You just don't want your cycle to be screwed over like that. And if you try and keep always going for Teslas over and over again, you're definitely going to get screwed over because you just have to waste too much elixir getting back to them. And again, E-Spirit isn't as good as Ice Spirit in this matchup because the freeze is just so much more useful from Ice Spirit, but I'm still glad I was able to win. That's going to put me in the top 400 now, so off to a pretty good start in the video.